You want to break his ego? Next time you see him, tell him his hair looks different. When he asks why, just say, I don't know, it just looks much thinner. Stay toxic. Yeah, because mental manipulation is always definitely a good thing to do to somebody. I legitimately wonder why treat people how you want to be treated went out the window, because, this would be the type of person that thinks this is perfectly fine, but the second somebody says anything to them regarding, crow's feet or wrinkles, then it's an issue. Please don't be mean to everybody, it's not nice. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into AreTheStraightsOK, which is pretty much the easiest question to answer right now. It's probably a good old fat no. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing though, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up some wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. The 10 rules guys wishes girls would learn. 1. Learn to work the toilet seat. If it's up, put it down. Stuff like this is why I like those automatically closing toilet seats, the one on timers, because I don't like the fact that the first thing I read off here was something that aired in a South Park episode. 2. Sometimes we're not thinking about you. Live with it. 3. Sunday sports is like a full moon for the tides changing. Let it be. People really out there be saying that football is one of the most important things to a Sunday, more so than actually enjoying the rest of the day. Nope, I want to sit in my chair watch the sports ball. 4. Ask for what you want. Subtle hints don't work. I think just in general, say one thing but mean something else doesn't ever really register to anybody. Very much, I'm stupid. If you were asking me to go out to somewhere, please do say specifically that. 5. No, we don't know what day it is. Mark birthdays and anniversaries on the calendar. 6. Yes and no are perfectly acceptable answers. You'd be absolutely blown away by the amount of people that don't understand what the word no means when it comes to retail customers and cashiers. 7. A headache that lasts 17 days is a problem. See a doctor. Okay, that one actually is a medical thing though. If it don't go away with ibuprofen, go to your doctor, please. Although, unfortunately, with this being on r/AreTheStraightsOK, I'm more so inclined to believe this is that whole I have a headache, I don't want to do the under-the-sheet shuffle kind of headache. Which then kind of devalues 6 the more you think about it. 8. All comments become null and void after 7 days. 9. Don't rub the lamp if you don't want the genie. And 10. You can either ask us to do something or tell us how you want it done. Not both. A married man having to play with himself while married is wild. Not really. Okay, so let's compare this to food. You get to eat what you want 2 days out of the month, but for the rest of the time you can only have a kind of foul-tasting nutritional syrup, and it's not because you can't get decent food. It's because your husband doesn't want you to have it. You are suggesting the equivalent of a meal replacement shake, which still isn't a long-term replacement for real food. I'm fairly certain there's absolutely no correlation between doing the under-the-sheet shuffle and, food. Nothing says fall like the silent drive home after forcing your husband to wear coordinating outfits, driving 40 minutes to a pumpkin patch, and asking strangers to take 75 photos of you, just so you can post a pic where you look good and his eyes are closed captioned, still falling for you. Okay, first off, you honestly could have brought a tripod. That's probably one place to start, because I know asking random people to take photos of you could be a little odd from time to time. Secondly, the pumpkin patch thing doesn't even seem like that bad of an idea. Also, lastly, if you're going to be spending a day out like that, make a whole day out of it. Don't just have it be one long stretch and then you go home and then sit by yourselves. It feels like that could have very much been a whole date day. But no, this is apparently the subreddit where you're supposed to despise and hate your significant other and spouses. Women never grow out of their terrible twos. Just 5'3" toddlers running around hitting curbs and terrorizing men. Why do I feel like this is the next step in evolution right above, the eat hot chips and lie thing? This very much feels like it for sure. When you find a great guy, do whatever it takes to keep it. Wait, no, hold up. Is this that movie where, the book writer gets his leg broken because of the weird crazed fan? This does not fill me with joy. This very much fills me with unjoy. Either that or chest pains. Do you know what normal marital hatred is? If you've been married married for a long-term relationship, then you probably do. Ah yes, the Washington Post, one of the best wonderful ways to spend $2 a month online to frickin' read stuff. I've been talking about this around the country for decades, said Terrence Real, a best-selling author and family therapist who offers couples workshops. Oh boy, not one person has ever come backstage and said, "What do you mean by that? Everybody knows what it is." So here's what you should know about normal marital hatred, and what you can do about it. You know, anything else outside of dating somebody you like? It's okay to hate your partner. There are going to be moments when you look at your partner, and at that moment, there is a part of you that just hates their guts. Real said, "You're trapped with this horrible human being. How did you wind up here?" What I want to say is, welcome to marriage. Welcome to long-term relationships. You know, last I checked, when it comes to relationships and doing the vows at the marriage and everything, it's like through sickness and in health, through better, through worse, not through the obligated hating of each other part. I've never seen that one come up when they're reciting the vows for each other. Then again, I've also seen videos of people straight up getting decked at weddings and they're the bride and groom, so yeah, you know, that's off to a great start. A POV, acting like you both didn't just consider getting a divorce while trying to make your house look like no one lives there before the cookout. You know, if somebody's gonna judge the inside of my house while we're doing something that is explicitly outside, that's not somebody I want to have over anytime soon. That's the first thing. Secondly, if you consider divorce every time you go to clean the house, I'm gonna be pretty certain that you probably shouldn't have been dating in the first place. In case you missed it, 100 hot and sexy boy names with meanings. You know, growing up, I thought really the main thing to consider when you're thinking of baby names was like, don't go with a baby name that's gonna result in the kid being bullied through school. Like, if your last name is Stacks, don't name your kid Dick, but you know, that worked out for some reason for a sporting goods store that we all know. But not once did I ever think that at any point in time anybody would ask their significant other saying, "Hey honey, what are we gonna name the baby?" Yeah, definitely something that screams, I ooze charisma. Explaining yourself is for women. Always refuse to elaborate. Yeah, you know, you're not a man if you have to have a civil conversation with somebody. Nope, don't say anything to prove you're a man. Man who robbed a bank to escape his wife is sentenced to house arrest. If you look closely, you can even see the pain in his eyes. You know, for some reason you want to get away from somebody, and I feel like bank robbery probably wasn't the first thought, but for some reason it was the one that he felt was the most justified. But you know, that didn't work out too well for you, did it, bucko? This is what husband means to women. A beta male provider who I've locked down after I had all my college fun with men I actually loved. Meanwhile, the type of person that would post this up online is the type of person who would be all conspiracy theorist about the female climax. It doesn't exist because I've never seen it. Yeah, I bet. And God promised men that good and obedient wives would be found in all corners of the world. And then he made the other round and laughed and laughed and laughed. You ever see a post and then it make you think back to a really weird random movie line that actually, now that you think about it in this context, makes more and more sense?
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
Which actually explains a whole lot now you think of it, because I got countless examples as to the reason why the human race is going down in a very slow fashion, but it's not going to get any better anytime soon, if anything. Why bear is better than a woman? Oh, please do tell, oh great bringer of knowledge. 1. Beer is always wet. Ah yes, as opposed to the dehydrated beer, also known as frickin' bread. 2. Frigid beer is a good beer. I don't know, for some reason I can't have a beer unless it's absolutely freezing zero. Like, if it's anything above that, I can taste too much of the wheat, and I'm not one. This is why I go for the fruity drinks most of the time. But no, and then also at the same time, we'll have people that straight up make a personality out of beer, like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh, wait. 3. Beer never gets a headache. Nope, but it can give a headache if you drink too much, though. Be responsible. 4. Beer always goes down easy. 5. You can share a beer with your friends. Yep, indirect kissing with the homies. 6. 6, you don't have to wine and dine beer. Isn't it like literally part of the dining part? 7, you can enjoy a beer every day of the month. I'm fairly certain that if you do that, then it might be recommended you go to a certain group that can help with that. 8, you always know you are the first one to pop a beer. Oh yes, you know, because beer virginity. 9, you don't have to wash a beer before it tastes good. 10, you can have more than one beer and not feel guilty. No, but if you have too much, it'll turn into a rental and you'll see it again. 11, beer doesn't get jealous when you grab another beer. Yeah, you know, because beer doesn't have free will. And 12, if you pour a beer right, you'll always get a good head. I know for a fact there's got to be at least a couple of dum-dums out here that straight up have this verbatim as a t-shirt. But with that last example as to why Trojan is a wonderful example of how to stop people like this from existing, that's gonna have to be it with the video. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.